Hello everyone and welcome back to Rogue Trader. Before we get into today's episode, I would like to thank you the support you gave me. I appreciate it very much because this morning I realized I have 10 subscribers. So once again, thank you. And now, get back to Rogue Trader. So in the last episode, we managed to build the command rod and activate the elevator, and now we will go to the upper level where we should save the Lady Cassia. Yes.
Rise to the top or get left in the dark.
Oh boy. The figure with unnaturally long limbs stand with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her dead pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming soul smothering power. As the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past war nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do this feeling even belong to you? I bet it's not. It's some kind of projection. In the realm is something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Oh, as if my one little pulse weren't bad enough, now this one barging into my head. Somebody stop her. I am registering abnormal activity in my tear duct. The salt being produced by my body may negatively affect the performance of my respiratory apparatus. The vulnerability must be rectified. It has been logged. Damn. That's one way to say that I'm tearing up. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head and her white hair reveals her face. I would like to persuade her. Lady Cassia, I'm here to help you. Please calm yourself. Oh, okay. She rarely shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who you are? Welcome from Valancius. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. But you should stop whatever you're doing. Unease settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Trakan. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Ernst jerks abruptly as if he intends to dash forward, but someone else is quicker. The heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into low sobs. His eyes fallen from crying, dark, especially around the room as though the wheel of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child. Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, Rome preserves. Despite his venerable age, the Navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. So she is the child. You, the old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black wings, and his bulging milky eyes bear a stinking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. Oh, this is the other Navigator, I see. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you. One wrong move will bring the wrath of House or Celio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Cutting the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Abelard places a hand on his weapon. I mean you no harm. I came to see the Navigator's aid. I learned that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in FedEx service. So, who are you? Kakang von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. You can't always make an appearance in this desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably tasteful, and so House or Celio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? Theobald frowns. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the word turns crimson. The child wills is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of the house or Celio. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft, Idira mutters under her breath. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in Navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child, take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burrs covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Ortelio in the Cronus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for Navigator, but after everything we've seen, I got some reservation about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You are talking as though you expect to die here. I want to know what happened between you and Falek. Falek is my wayward student. He came to Europe 5 as a fellow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of the heir of our house, our sacred child, revealed in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss. to prevent the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his tyranny for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tisiphone or Celio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before their sacred child had come of age and taken up the novator's throne. What's a novator? Patriarch or matriarch that rules over a navigator house, the figurative and often biological father or mother of the dynasty. So choose whose side you are on. A murderous traitor or a lawful son of a noble house. Theobald sees these words softly, looking at the unconscious young woman with reverence. The interrogator looks from the unconscious Cassia to Theobald. I presume the novice Nobilite house has reasons for treasuring the child other than uncontrolled outbursts of warp sorcery. What might those be, I wonder? A young, immature navigator who likely hasn't yet completed her training. Theobald interrupts him with an indignant shout. Enough! I will not have you questioning myself or my charges within the dominion of House or Celio. Felek accused you of treachery. Theobald, why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice, or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Novice Nobilite if the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded this station against calamity and incursions from within to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe our security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. You are talking as though you were expected to die here. Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felek inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Raise the throne slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. You need help? There's a medical deck on my ship. But Theobald only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Urak 5 and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not trust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice, trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of bright future. I believe I had made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Okay, Felek is a true monster. I believe this guy. Because the child is still safe and he is badly damaged. And I had some bad feeling about how Felek executed those 3 men when we arrived here. Felek is a true monster. Let's do away with him together. Theobald dips his head in favor of the proposition. Allies are always welcome, even temporary ones. I will revive the child. Do not be alarmed of the power of House or Celio's heir will help us to destroy our enemies and shield us from Felek's Navigator forces. But you rest for time before the battle.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, what's that? It is as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. Let's check this one from closer. This is some kind of port. While no one appears to be living in a cage, somebody still filled through with dried fruit and fresh water. Lol, you have the Aquila on the paints. Yes, we have some loot here. There's nothing here. Something is there. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. Oh, she will be a perfect fit on our ship. The luxurious feast was left untouched. Well then, if you don't mind, we can use some refreshments. Okay. It attacks enemy. Sharpshooter. Intelligence bonus is not for every 5 cells between them and the target. Ballistic calculations. Attacks target affected by an exploit from a distance. Other attacks deal. I like this more. Sniper expertise. Perfect spot additionally grants the operative armor penetration against enemies that are 7 cells away. That's the perfect spot. We already have this one. And we have these plans. We have the killing plan. The bonus to dodge and parry from surefire plan increase dodging. Okay, I like the ballistic stuff. Oh no, the sniper expertise. Let's increase our intelligence more. Because we have some kind of pact. Thick skin, the warrior gains +1 question. The body chance is increased by 20%. The warrior's armor. Disarm. The warrior uses a single shot attack or a melee attack against a target. The warrior gains armor against attacks made by that target for 1 round. Ardent Scars. Whenever the warrior is hit by under the Endure effect, the damage deflection. The Endure effect is more powerful. Okay. Opening Strike. Charge and push increase the damage of range attacks made against affected enemies by 10% until the end of combat. Until the end of combat. Combat Master. Enemies gain no municipal bonuses. Doesn't have the it will not die. Maybe he doesn't need. Oh. All allies affected by Brace for Impact gain an extra turn with 0 AP and 3 movement point and increase their cover extent by 10%. Get off me. Use the Navi officer to use any ranged weapon in threatened areas, knocks enemies prone and pushes them 1 cell away during the effect. All allies affected by Brace for Impact gain 30% to cover penetration. The Navi officer also permanently gains 15% to cover penetration. When an imperial character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or effect, an ally with such an ability, their resolve is increased. Or how about increasing your fellowship? It will not die also. But this also helps to reach close combat. Let's go with swift movements. Medicae or Medicae or Medicae, yeah. I want something seekerish. Inflict Despair. Whenever the operative hits an enemy that is affected by both exploit and expose weakness, that enemy loses 3 movement points. No, I want something. Allies under the effect of at least 1 psychic power gain an additional armor penetration. That's not bad. Deterioration. Whenever an effect applied by the psyker increases the damage suffered by the target, this effect is increased by half, for example. Okay. Strangely enough, Psyker's allies or the Psyker themselves are under the effects of the psychic powers. They gain +5 toughness for each of such effects. Use of life. Whenever the Psyker heals themselves or another character with a psychic power or an effect applied by a psychic power, this healing can critically heal. Okay, that's also a good one. On the first turn of every combat, all psychic powers of the Biomancer discipline cost -1 action point. Seeker can use the damaging psychic power while being threatened by enemies in melee range without provoking attacks of opportunity. Non-damaging psychic power do not provoke attacks of opportunity even without this turn. When the Psyche uses a damaging psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or farther from the Psyche, the targets suffer an additional ballistic skill bonus damage. She has only one, the Shriek, bigger C rating. We need level 20 on that. Enemies currently inflicted with blinded, stun, or prone effects by the Psyker suffer 10% more damage. I not really see the problem here that she doesn't have that much psychic powers, and I don't know what kind of powers she can get later. Let's increase her willpower. And her ballistic skill, so she can shoot with some weapons. Okay, we need more shooty things with her. The first hit of each burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. Raise the trajectory. Whenever the soldier successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy's attack, they gain a guaranteed critical hit against that enemy. Point blank, all of the soldiers' area attacks. No. On the double, the next use of run and gun, when used after entrenched grants an additional agility bonus movement points. Swift slaughter. Oh, that's a good one. It is taken. And she doesn't have the nimble. Let's check what can we. Maybe we have the Emperor protects. The devotee gains willpower bonus chance to ignore any enemy attack. That's not much. Let's make her a grenadier. Because we have grenades, but we barely use them. But now it's free for her. Oh yes. Our favorite Magos. Skirmish protocol. Under effects of machine spirit communion. I don't know what machine spirits can protocols. Machine spirit communion applies 1 stack exploit on all affected enemies. Oh, filtering protocols. Every time Pascal uses a plasma or metal weapon, he regains 1 AP. I like that. Can give him more ballistic skill. And more perception, because that was low. And the good Inquisitor. Inscribed Soul. The Psyker gains the Inscribed Soul ability. It costs no AP but deals direct damage to the Psyker equal to 25% of the Psyker maximum once. The next psychic power used after this ability will not trigger psychic pneumonia or paralysis of the warp and will not degrade the wheel. Ah, I see. The Psyker's reservoir is increased by wheel degradation 10 or lower. As this is a good one. What's corrose again? It resists negative effects. Let's go with corrose. Make the Inquisitor a tough guy, or the Interrogator a tough guy. And now we can go. It's about time we repay those who betrayed our house. Come. Rogue Trader, your prisoner's worm. I know I should have killed you. That is enough, boy. You betrayed the child, our house, and Tisiphone herself. Surrender. I am the savior of the house, and I am prepared to pay the ultimate price. Kill them.
I'll make an example out of you.
Death to his enemies!
Only 8. Let's put everyone in cover. Now that we can do grenades for free,
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it.
how's the wheel? The wheel is in good shape. We put one export
Anything
on
else?
him. And try to kill him, but it won't happen this turn. But had a very low chance. Nice.
Holy terror, smite your enemies. Be gone.
Let's see to it.
High momentum.
Follow my lead.
Before charging, put that enemy thingy on
Victory is
him.
imminent.
Now you can charge.
I took care of this one.
Wow.
Oh.
He's out of sniper range. This adds to the damage. No. Just a hit rate. We are okay, and this could add to the damage something. It's 180.
It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable.
Okay. The Logos goes there. Put some exploit on him. He has a high chance of dodge. So exploit weakness.
Running binary override.
Wow. Oh, Pascal can shoot again. And can put an export. That's 180. But that's also 180. I like that she can make someone do another round.
Now, this is your burden, child. Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
How about cost of his bluish blood? The armor plate on his chest is perforated in a few places, and there is a tangle of metal and viscera where his abdomen ought to be. When the Navigator's pale eyes find Cassia, he quietly rasps. And we already heard that.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet brown haze! Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order! Do you hear me?
Cassia looks at the Navigator's body in bewilderment, and you are overwhelmed with the inexplicable sense of loneliness and grief.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
Idira briskly wipes away her tears with pointed determination.
Losing a mentor is a sorrowful event, beginning the mantra of spiritual assuagement.
The sound of Pascal's voice takes on a strange vibration, gentle and soothing, nothing like his usual dry tone. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment.
But this is my home. What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I, Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel. And we can make the Navigator deal later.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orcelio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Then we leave Henrix out. Oh, I mean, we have to leave someone here to die. No. I hope this is not what I think it is. Because we can't afford to lose anyone in this. Oh. I hope we will have Henrix. I hope this is just a game mechanics thingy. Ah, there is Henrix. Okay. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Nobis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first, your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the boxmaster, Cassia waves her way. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Oh, of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigis, then lowering her lashes slightly turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders. I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Why do you refuse red paint? Maybe she knows that red goes faster. It's my habit to use the blood of my attendants so as to preserve my own. However, given the current circumstances, my own will serve even better. The blood of the Navis Nobilite is sacred and so is more suitable for the communion ritual. Why are you asking for this item? Now is not the time to indulge in painting. You are asking questions, the answers to which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I may explain it to you a later time, but now our time is too precious to waste. As a navigator of House Orcelio, I give you my word that without canvas and paint we have little hope of a smooth journey through the warp. I have no reason to lie. Ah, I see. That would be her method to navigate. I shall ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Oh, tell me more about what the ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing a gilded implant port. After that, I use the House Orcelio ritual which I am about to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant and thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light! The guiding thread so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Castia's unclosed her head as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. Cassia nods in thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the ride. I ask you that you do not follow me. If you can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Okay, but I'm not concluded all of my business in this system, so we are not leaving, I hope. Yes, we are not leaving. The box caster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. You hear the exhaled ring of metal fleet from his scabbard. Then the stifled gas of the Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and the faint whispers of a brush. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flares, and amber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog, the path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk glows in the tireless pursuit of her. No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great lure is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through Navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Cassia, are you alright in there? Sarge Fredring screams drown out the box transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Novice are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats roar from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaim their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessors. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Novice after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be a whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around my brush. Only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exile, rustling fabric and metal clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring Navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station Europe 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disruption affecting Europe 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. The Navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pool. Thank you, Vigis. This will be all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Okay. Well, I think we're going back to the bridge and our business is concluded here. Let's check the journal. Mountain is busy before the triumph. I think everything is okay. When your approach is pulls away from the fine-tuning, another walks and boss red. Lord Captain, the ship informed me of our imminent meeting. Okay, there is nothing else I can do. Then let's go for the victory parade. Unless Idira might have another story for us. I can't see her. Nobody is in my quarters. Wow, you can see the ship from the outside. Okay, Hendrix is in his usual place. But where is... Oh. Frida must be on her usual place. We just didn't went down to see her. Maybe if we go there... Yep, there she is. Okay.
Of course.
No more story. The Rogue Trader Ghost. Okay, something is not right, but let's go to the Victory Parade. And before that, maybe check what kind of thing we can buy. Lord Captain, there is some community on the officer's deck. The lead navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. I think we still have an unwanted guest on the ship, in the form of that entity, who could take of Theodora's form.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Lady Navigator is engrossed in pursuing the dust storms which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts and hides a weather behind her back. I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course, although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. The events that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassia's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intended to create a distance between you. I hope that you have had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
Are you satisfied with your new attendance?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
So she's a noble lady then. Cassia cringes every so slightly, adjusts the adornment of her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed finger in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable around a ship teeming with new people.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Frightened by her own words, Cassia covers her mouth, pales, blushes, then pales again, and hides her face behind a cascade of her snow-white hair. You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it's just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I find childish is your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend. No, I want her as my friend. She's the navigator. She's important and she has a very bad day, mutant or not. But she's a sanctioned mutant. I understand what you are going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
She's clueless about that. Okay, so she can be a love interest in the story. Perhaps my people did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
wait. We have a big... Oh, I remember this place. Yeah. But all the doors are sealed. Okay, let's get back to the bridge. Well, I guess it was clearly the developer's intentions to make a love story here. But with this character, he will treat her as a friend and a powerful ally than anything more. Okay, now let's go to the governor and have our triumph. Or go here and check out the wares. See what business we can make before leaving. Reaper Cape. It's the same. It's the same things. Reaper Cape grants introduction to the viewers. Melee area attacks. Those are not too good, so let's go back here. Go to the bunker and the team. Let's bring Cassia and check her abilities out. And leave Henrix on the ship. We don't need the eye of the Inquisition on us every time we leave the ship. However, I enjoy when Idira and Henrix are speaking to each other. I wouldn't call it banter, because if I have the feeling if I didn't say to Henrix that Idira is under our protection, he would just kill her. Okay, this will be a long one. Officer. Interesting choice for a striker. Officer immediately grants an ally an extra turn, action points equal to 2 and no movement points. When is under the effect of voice of command and kills an enemy before the end of officer's turn, the ally gains 1 additional momentum. Let's increase her willpower. Enemy is damaged by the Navigator suffer additional damage from warp damage. The bonus damage tax for each. Event 4. Every event turn in the Navigator gains an additional action point. Eye of Oblivion. Every Navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by... Oh! I like that one. Thank you. Open to the warp. Is suffered by the Navigator's ability to suffer stacking -10 penalty to the next resistance test from the Navigator's powers. Those heals the power wounds at the beginning of every turn and grants +1 additional wound for every Navigator talent taken. The healing increases by 1 for every creature skill in between the navigator's turns. That's much better. Focus. The officer uses an ability on an ally that ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistics equal to fellowship bonus. This bonus is stacked, but half of the stack are lost to the end of the turn. Still, the officer's resolve is increased by 3. Commanding voice. The range of the officer's ability is increased by 3. The range of voice of command is increased by 6. More than possible. The target of bringing down gains plus 1 AP. If they finish their extra turn using this ability with 0 AP, they will suffer willpower and bonus direct damage. The target of bringing down gains plus 1 AP. If they finish the extra turn using this ability with 0 AP, I don't think I understand this correctly. Heroism. Whenever a heroic act is used in combat by any character, the officer's next attack will cost 0 AP. Whenever the officer makes an attack, they can pass fellowship until the end of the combat. Lead by example. Whenever an officer uses an officer archetype ability 2 times in one turn that does not grant an extra turn, they gain the stand witness effect. The next officer archetype ability that does not grant an extra turn will also affect the officer. Okay, this gets complicated. Allies under the effects of the officer's abilities gain bonus to their weapon skill and deal much more damage on attacks of opportunity until the start of the next turn. When the officer's ability moves any target, the officer gains movement points equal to half the distance the target moved. If this happens to another character's turn, the officer will gain these movement points on the next turn. Wheel of Protection. Allies that are targeted by Navigator's power gain plus 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of field degradation to a minimum of 0% and increased by the infusing of the current equipped Navigator staff. Unnatural allow. The Navigator gains plus fellowship and an additional plus 1 for every Navigator talent or Navigator power taken. At the end of the combat, enemies damaged by Navigator suffer an additional bonus damage from all attacks of opportunity. Threats and falls. Whenever an enemy fails a resistance test against the Navigator's power, attacks against them gain. It's. I want easier or more understandable the talents. Navigator's perception is higher than their agility. Their dodge is calculated using perception instead. Okay, now that's a straight one. So do this. And in this case, let's increase perception for dodging. The officer encourages an ally who immediately recovers from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stun effects. The target is under the effect of voice of command. They also gain. I don't know what this voice of command is. Take aim. The target's next attack will ignore cover and will have double the effective distance. If the target is under the effect of voice of command, this attack will ignore enemy dodge. Features, talents, officer on Navigator. Voice of command. The officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increasing their characteristics by 13 for 1 round. Additionally, all of the officer's abilities can be applied to the target of voice of command from any distance. The character who becomes the target of voice of command cannot be targeted by this ability again for the next 2 rounds. I see. So if we target someone with this, oh no, we have to start all over again. Okay. And perception, and we did strange vitality, yes, that was one. And I think unnatural error, no. Another creature in combat gains extra to Navigator, gains stacking +5 bonus to grip at the end of the combat. Navigator makes all resistances with their willpower if it's higher than something under my allies that are targeted by Navigator ability gain +5 resistance against warp effects. Stable routes. Whenever the Navigator uses Navigator's ability, grid degradation is reduced by 1. Oh, that's a good one. And we will increase perception because there was a skill that she could use perception instead of agility. Take aim. First attack will ignore cover. Held in my gaze. The Navigator deals 2 damage to an enemy. That enemy must pass a willpower resistance test or become immobilized until the start of the Navigator's test. Immobilized targets do not regain movement points beginning of their turn and cannot use abilities that move them or add movement points. Willpower bonus. It's 5, so it will be 11 to 26. Okay, that's a good one. And now we should find Wheel of Protection, Unnatural Allure. At the end of the combat, enemies damaged by Navigators suffers an additional damage from all attacks and cannot dodge. That's a fault. Various ways enemies move by the Navigator. Navigator's perception is high. That's what we wanted. Commanding voice. The range of officer's ability is increased by 3. The range of voice of command is increased by 6. That's a good one. I agree. Let's raise the... Let's carouse. At this archetype round, characters can enhance their archetype's heroic and desperate measures ability. Okay, what's the... The officer grants an ally an extra turn, full AP and movement point. During the extra turn there is no attack limit. What's plus damage? Until the end of the combat, the target gains the effect of voice of command. Yes, immediately remove from the target. Until the end of the officer's turn, the target cannot die. It is below 1. Target gains wounds. Target philosopher gains more wounds. During the extra turn, any kill made by the target restores 1 AP and 1 movement point. Target can redirect the ability with the remaining AP and another target. Let's choose that one. Increase corrose. And perception is maxed out. You need willpower because of the psychic stuff. Iron. The allies affected by officers' abilities gain a bonus to all resistance tests. Lasting impression. Half of the bonus granted by the voice of command remain until the end of the combat. This bonus does not stack right with itself or with bonus granted by voice and does not count as an officer ability effect or other plans. That's a good one, because if we use on that someone, he will have that bonus for a while. Until the end of the, he will have a smaller bonus until the end of the battle. Well, maybe she can toughen her up. Zone of Fear. All units in must pass equal resistance and immediately move out of the zone, even if they are stunned or immobilized. This movement triggers attacks of opportunity from the Navigator's allies that have passed the test or that are outside the zone. Notch of Purpose. The Navigator designates a square. The enemy closest to that square immediately moves up to 4 cells toward it. If multiple enemies are the same distance from that point, all of them move. The targets move even if they are stunned or immobilized. War Curse on this. The enemy becomes cursed until the end of the combat. First, all incoming warp damage is increased, and other types of incoming damage are increased. That's a good one. We can use that on tougher enemies. We have to think about that there will be big ones. If we choose Nimble, it can be over 100%. But I rather choose it will not die. Okay, personal oversight. Med officer targets an ally with an action. That ally's resolve is increased by 1 + 1 until the end of the next turn. This affects attacks and it's. Then the officer targets an ally with an ability or attack. That ally's resolve is increased. This affects attacks and is prolonged until the end of the officer's next turn until each time its attack cannot be prolonged past the officer's next turn. But okay, this is also good because it increases the resolve, so we can use our special abilities. Put a persuasion on her. Okay, that's nice.
I always keep my options open.
Sorry if that was a bit long. Let's talk to Quartz Crane. Show me your arsenal, accept the commercial transaction. And he's got the same things. Unless we do this. and increase 4. That's a good armor. Provisions. Reckless creations. Holy gifts. Heretic trophies. And we're there. I sell these one because I suspect the value of my goods will be different from each factions or each person we can trade with. So let's trade. Oh, we can go higher. But this guy is only trading reputation 4. You have obtained a heavy armor. Unlike light armor, medium or heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specific flat amount. Heavy armor has a higher armor rating than medium and light armor, but also usually has a higher dodge penalty, making it harder to dodge an enemy attack while wearing it. Only characters with a heavy armor proficiency talent can wear heavy armor. Okay, what's the deflection? Deflection determines the amount of damage that whenever an enemy hits that character. Okay, and what's the armor then? Armor is a parameter a character or an object can have that reduces incoming damage by a certain percentage. Armor is always expressed as a percent. If a character with 30% armor would suffer 9 damage, they would instead of suffer 6 damage, and if they would suffer 300 damage, they would only suffer 210. Okay. And the deflection decreases the damage. Okay, I think that's for our trade, and I think we will do the triumph in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry if the leveling up took too long, but it had to be done. If you like the video, give a like, subscribe, and also put a comment down below, and I see you in the next one. Bye!